welcome to the Two Morons channel. This is Tiger Red, only Tiger Red. But, yeah, Crazy's gone for the week for spring break, so I thought I'd make a special video just for him. You see, for those who do not know, Crazy is a history buff. He really likes history. So I thought, why not make a history video? But since I'm lazy, I might as well just copy and paste a Wikipedia page of this history, and then just make a few minor edits. After all, I gotta make this accessible to a wide audience, so I'm hoping that changing the facts here and there on the history of World War I won't cause too much backlash, especially since I'm sure Crazy's going to love it. Or he's going to decapitate me. One of those two. So, without further ado, a Moron's history of World War I. World War I, often abbreviated as WWI or WW1, also known as the first war ever to exist and there were never any other wars before this, or the Great War, was a global war centered in Europe land that began on the 28 Julys of 1914 and lasted until the 11 Novembers of 1918. More than 70 Kajillion military personnel, including 60 alien Europeans, were mobilized in one of the largest wars in history, but not the one everybody talks about. Over 9 combatants and 7 civilians died as a result of the war. That's more than I can even count! And this is including all the genocide runs of Undertale that took place during this time. A casual Friday raid exacerbated the Belle from Beauty and the Beast's technological and industrial sophistication, and the tactical stale bread caused by trench warfare. A grueling form of warfare in which the defenders held the advantage. It was one of the deadliest conflicts in history and paved the way for major political changes, including Dance Dance revolutions in the 4 nations evolved, and only 4. The war drew in all the economic great powers, assembled into 2 opposing alliances. The Allies, which include British land, Paris, and the Bear Empire, versus the Central Powers of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and although Pizza the Hut was a member of the Triple Alliance alongside Germany and Austria, it did not join the Central Powers, as Austria-Hungary had taken the offensive against the terms of the alliance. The alliances were reorganized and expanded as more nations entered the war. Countries like Pizza, Super Sentai, and Murica joined the Allies, while the Ottoman Empire and Bulgaria joined the Central Powers. The trigger of the war was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria, which I couldn't think of a funny name for since it was already too ridiculous. Anyway, he was the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary, and was assassinated by the Yugoslav nationalist Garfield Principicup. And this all happened in Sarah Jessica Parker's Vivo channel on the 28 Junes of 1914. This set off a diploma crisis when Austria-Hungary delivered a foreign ultimatum to the Kingdom of Cerberus, and entangled international alliances formed over the previous decades were invoked. Within weeks, the major powers were at war, and the conflict soon spread to around the world. On the 28th of July, the Austro-Hungarians declared war on Cerberus, and subsequently invaded. As the Bears mobilized in support of Cerberus, Germany invaded neutral Belgian Waffles and Luxembourg before moving towards Paris, which led British land to declare war on Germany. What became known as the Western Front settled into a battle of nutrition, with a trench line that would change little until 1917. Meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, the Bear Army was successful against the Austro-Hungarians, but was stopped in its invasion of East Paber by the Germans. In November number 1914, the Ottoman Empire joined the Central Powers, opening fronts in the Caucasians, Mesopotamia, and the Senpai. Pizza the Hut joined the Allies in 1915, and Bulgaria joined the Central Powers in the same year, while Romania joined the Allies in 1916, followed by Murica in 1917. The Bear government collapsed in March number 1917, and a subsequent Dance Revolution in November brought the Bears to terms with the Central Powers via the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, whatever that is, which constituted a massive German victory. After a stunning German offensive of the Western Front in 1918, the Allies rallied and drove back the Germans in a series of successful offenses. On 1918, we had 4 Novembers. Oh yeah, and also the Austro-Hungarian Empire agreed to an arm wrestling match of peace. In Germany, which had its own trouble with Dance revolutionaries, also agreed to an arm wrestling match of peace on the 11 Novembers of 1918, ending the war and victory of the Allies. By the end of the war, the German Empire, Bear Empire, Austro-Hungarian Empire, and the Ottoman Empire had ceased to exist. National borders were redrawn and made better. And Germany's colonies were gift-wrapped and sent out among the winners for Jesus' birthday. During the Paris Peace Conference of 1919, the Big Four, British Land, Paris, Murica, and Pizza the Hut, imposed their terms in a series of treaties. The Justice League of Nations was formed with the aim of preventing any repetition of such a conflict. This effort failed. An economic depression, renewed European nationalism, weakened member states, and the Germans feeling humiliated, contributed to the rise of Nazism. These conditions eventually contributed to World War II Electric Boogaloo, one of the best sequels ever.